Hello, my beautiful friends. Hope you're doing amazing. Today, we're going to be doing a full face of Charlotte Tilbury, if that's something you'd be interested in. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Audrey. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider subscribing down below before you leave. We talk about makeup over here. I'm just a mom who loves makeup, and that's what we do. And if you're returning, hi, hello, welcome. I love and appreciate you, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start off with some good old-fashioned magic cream. This is my limited edition cap with the red flowers. It was for Chinese New Year, not maybe last year, I don't remember. But this is actually a really good moisturizer. I do really like it, but I don't reach for it all the time. Because it's expensive, but I just, I don't think moisturizer wise you need to spend money for magic cream. I don't think it's that like unique and revolutionary. It's really good. It's nice. I'm gonna use it up. It does smell good. It's not like, has a little bit of a scent. It's not super scented, but it's just, my other moisturizers kind of do the same thing. So, and they're like, some moisturizers are half the price of this. So, I know I might buy a refill someday. I don't know. I've thought about it. It depends. Depends where I'm at, like with my collection and stuff when I actually use it up. But I did buy a big one, so haven't used it up yet. But it's really, really nice. It's a good cream. Just, other moisturizers do also do the same thing. It's just, yeah. It's just a little overpriced because it's Charlotte Tilbury and she called it magic cream. So, but it does feel nice. It feels like my face is moisturized, and I did need that. Needed that today. Okay, so to prime the skin, other than that moisturizer, we're going to use this foundation stick. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Hydrating Foundation Stick, which was supposed to be a foundation, but really isn't a foundation. It's like the Hollywood Flawless Filter in a stick. It's very glowy, very Tin Man-esque. I have mine in the shade 1.5 Fair. I want to do this on one side, and then the original Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow in 1 Fair on the other side. And I want to see. I don't think I've actually done this comparison yet, but I really want to know. I almost decluttered this. I really, really was very close to decluttering this stick. But I was like, I want to do a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. And I spent money on it. I really want to get it to work for me. But, like, I was so disappointed when it's called a foundation, but really it's just not. So Hollywood Flawless Filter on the other side. This is the original, and I wonder how different they're going to be, but I was really disappointed when that stick that claims to be a foundation, I was super excited about a Charlotte Tilbury foundation stick. It just isn't. It's not a foundation. Look at how glowy it is before I actually blend it in. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know. Charlotte Tilbury is in this, like, time of Charlotte Tilbury-ness. She's really, really trying to appeal to a younger audience, I think. Because this stick is very much on trend with the younger generation on YouTube and TikTok and things like that. Like this glowy skin that, doesn't emphasize texture on their skin because they don't have any texture on their skin. But on us little bit older people, I'm almost 30. Yeah, it's not a foundation. That's not a foundation. It does look like a really nice glowy primer though. And I think it does offer a teensy bit more coverage than the Flawless Filter does. Like, teeny bit. I was able to put a little bit more on with the stick applicator versus the doe foot had to go in a couple times. So I wonder, this, you know, just offers a teensy bit more coverage, but really, where's the difference? So, yeah. Okay. Moving on. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is in the shade 2, Neutral. This was the first foundation I ever purchased from Charlotte Tilbury. And I used to cake this on. I mean, back when, you know, full coverage was like the thing. But I kept this one during my declutter because I remember really, really enjoying it. And I did like the Charlotte Tilbury, the Beautiful Skin Foundation. But I ended up decluttering mine. Spoiler, if you haven't watched that video yet, you should. Because it like got all separate-y and weird in the tube, and I don't think clean products just don't last as long. And this came out before the clean foundation, everybody needs clean makeup trend started. So this guy is really good, full coverage, very, very long lasting, looks incredible for a really long amount of time. I really remember enjoying this. However, because, you know, times have changed and makeup trends have changed, this is not the most comfortable. It is like, it can tend to feel kind of heavy. I remember like almost being able to feel it on my skin. Whereas like the thinner formulas that can be more full coverage, you can't feel as much anymore because they've really like adjusted that, if that makes sense. This one is full coverage and really long lasting, but can get kind of heavy on the skin. And I mean, looking at it, it does actually look a little yellow. Just the Patrick Ta foundation that just came out really nails undertones well, and my undertone looks incredible with that one. This one is just leaning a teensy bit too yellow, and if it oxidizes at all, it's gonna look way too dark for me. So there's that. But I did keep this one over the other one because the other one was all separating and weird. So that's the full coverage Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, all the redness that was happening right here is covered. We'll be able to like adjust and kind of help the yellow foundation tinge that's happening with bronzer and blush and things like that. But let's go in with the concealer. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer in One Fair. This is actually an wonderful concealer, and I think it's going to be a little bit lighter, so it'll help with any kind of yellow undertone leaning that the foundation does. But I've heard really, really great things. People love this concealer. Oh, you know what, if I'm remembering correctly, because it has been a minute, these full face one brand videos really like make you bring out the products you haven't been using for a while. I think it's a light coverage concealer. I prefer more of a full coverage, especially because I need to cover up any kind of acne or redness that the foundation doesn't do a good job of covering up. But I think it's got a really pretty finish. I don't remember it being cakey or too thick or anything like that, but absolutely love how it's blending out. It looks wonderful. It's just been so long since I've used it, like a long time. But here we are, pulling it out again. It looks really nice, very brightening. Yeah, I don't, oh, you know what? I did have, so Charlotte Tilbury had a concealer that she came out with before this one. It was the one that was like really hard to open that had like a puff on the end. Yeah, that one was not very good. This one is definitely better in the concealer department. See, it's not super full coverage. Like, you can still kind of see a little bit of darkness, a little bit of shadowing. I'm going to put a little bit more on and just in that spot. But yeah, I decluttered that one, that first concealer. That, yeah, was not very good and was hard to open. I wonder if we could use this for a little bit of eyeshadow primer. I know that's frowned upon, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, a little bit of this concealer as eyeshadow primer. It's very lightweight. I think it'll work pretty good, actually. So, concealer, foundation, all of the things. What are we going to do next? Oh, yes, powder. So, I actually decluttered my original Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. See, this is a really big spoiler for declutter videos if they haven't gone up or if you haven't watched them yet. But I decluttered the original one because it's just too dark. It's too dark for my under eyes, and I don't usually set my whole face with powder. Like, hardly ever. Unless it's a very dewy foundation. But I kept this one. This is the Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Eye Face Powder. It's rubbing off. This is the shade Fair Medium. It's the white one, which is actually really brightening and very nice for under my eyes. I do like it under my eyes. And yeah, the other one, it was just way too dark. Like, it actually added darkening pigment almost to my under eyes, and I don't want my under eyes to look darker. I like a brighter under eye. We're going to set that concealer on top there with that. Oh yes, I did my brows off camera, not Charlotte Tilbury. Everything is linked down in the description box. Affiliate links if you want to support the channel. But I have had Charlotte Tilbury brow products in the past. The Brow Cheat, the legendary Brow Setter with the teeny tiny wand, and the Clear Brow Fix. And I love those products. They're really good. But I have fallen more in love with my Merit brow products, and so I didn't repurchase the Brow Cheat and the Charlotte Tilbury situation. I've just moved on, I guess. Charlotte Tilbury hasn't come out with anything recently that's like knocked my socks off. But anyways, we'll get into that. The under eyes are set, and they're set very nicely. It looks really good. They're bright. I do really enjoy this powder. It's not my favorite because it does look just a little thick. It's just like, I don't know, just not perfect for what I like, but it's really pretty. It's not bad. The packaging's cute too. All right, bronzer. I have this cream bronzer. So I decluttered all of my Charlotte Tilbury wands. The wands that have the little puff on the end, the liquid with the puff. I just like, they were getting old and I'm kind of over it. Like, I never reached for those. This, however, I do really still enjoy. This is the Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer in One Fair. It's her really big honkin' cream bronzer. So we are going to apply this today. I kind of want to try this new brush. I got the Refer New Liquid Cream Collection with the 3 they came out with. So I used the big one for foundation. I used the little one for concealer. I'm going to try the medium one today with this cream bronzer. Ooh, okay, okay. Just kind of dip it into it. I really like the color of this bronzer. It's not too warm toned. It's actually kind of neutral. So it looks really natural and really pretty on the face. I do like the liquid spongy options that she has. They're just, I don't know, so overhyped and really, really just good enough, you know? And I feel like the way they don't last as long. They're a liquid, and if you don't use them super often, all that product that gets stuck like in the puff, it might, like, I don't know, get weird. So I just made a decision and decluttered those. But the contour, easy, wonderful. Absolutely enjoyed that. The blush, I like the matte blushes. I think it's a really beautiful formula. And then the highlighter. The highlighter was probably my favorite because it is just a very nice highlighter with a poof. You know, you just poof one dot on it, highlighted, beautiful. We're going to use face palettes today because I decluttered all three of those. But this, I mean, is so seamless. It looks super nice. And I don't feel like I usually go in with my Sonia G, this duo fiber brush, and like really buff it in, but I just don't feel like it needs that. I feel like it looks super seamless and really pretty without that. So, okay, bronzer done. Really beautiful, very, very smooth, very nice, huge compact, like really good bang for your buck. I have decluttered her powder bronzer in the past. I got a shade that was too dark because I didn't want to go with fair because it looked too light, but then medium was too dark, and I didn't need to repurchase it because I have other bronzers I like more. So that left my collection. Okay, blush time. So I really want to use this. We're probably going to end up using both because I'm pretty sure you can't get this anymore. This is the Nudegasm face palette. Oh my gosh. I searched the internet and probably paid way overpriced for this. But if you can find this palette and you're my skin tone, it is the most perfect for my skin tone, and I don't understand why it's limited edition. It just shouldn't be. I just love it so much. It's beautiful. The Nudegasm palette. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh. So we might use a little bit of that one and this one today. This is the Glowgasm face palette for skin and eye gliding highlighters. Oh, well, this is a bronzer. But this one might still be available. You know, I'm not 100% sure about that either, but I do like this blush section a little bit better, and then the highlighter and bronzer is a little bit better in this one. So we are just gonna go from there. So blushes from the Love Glowgasm face palette in Lovegasm. These names, man. I'm going to dip into both of the blushes in this one. Absolutely beautiful. I love these face palettes. I decluttered my... Oh, so I had another face palette that I never reached for that was a little too dark for me, I think. And I decluttered that one. And then I decluttered the blush palette. It had like 2 blushes and 2 highlighters in it. I just never, ever reached for it. But these two I definitely reach for. And they look so gorgeous. If you like a shiny Radient blush, because there's absolutely no glitter in this. But if you like a Radiant blush, not like a matte blush, these are perfect. Because these powders are radiant. No matte about them. But they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Look at that. Okay. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of the Nudegasm palette. We're just going to combine stuff. We'll use a teensy bit of this one and this one together. The Nude and the Gasm. These are, you know, they feel a little bit more hardly pressed than the other one, but that's just fine because the colors are gorgeous. Oh yeah, and the highlighters, I mean, you really don't need that much. It just kind of melted into that blush. Definitely some shiny cheeks with Charlotte Tilbury. And then, you know, I'm gonna grab a Rephr 5 that I didn't grab. Yeah, Rephr 5, and I'm gonna go into both of these. Kind of contour, bronze up the skin a little bit more. I just love this palette. And I think, you know, honestly, I think that she's brought it back in the past. Like, she brought it back once. Maybe she'll bring it back again. It's so good. And she didn't, I don't think she released any new palettes in this kind of format last year. This might be a thing of the past. Who knows? I love them, though. They're wonderful. If you have them, pull them out. For sure. Really, really, really should. If they're just sitting, collecting dust in your collection, pull them out. That's what these videos are for. Okay, face is done. Let's do some eyeshadow. So, eyeshadow, we are going to use the Pillow Talk Beautyverse Love Palette. This is the Holiday Edition Love Palette that Charlotte Tilbury released. Whoa, that was blinding this year. It's still available at Sephora, so we're going to use it today. Woohoo! I don't know what I'm going to do. Totally forgot to get my brushes down. Huh. Actually, I don't know if I've even used this on my channel. Like, I picked it up, I've used it, but I don't know. I don't think I did. I didn't do a dedicated video on it, so maybe you haven't seen me use it at all. Well, we're going to go into this one first. This lighter one right here. We are going to do an eyeshadow look. And this video is already pushing it on time. So, what I'm going to do... Oh, you know what? Should I stay out of the red? I'm always really drawn to this color right here. I love that burgundy color. I want to use it, but the lip is a little bit more this realm that we're going to use today. So, maybe I'll stay away from that one. You know what? Maybe we'll just do a very neutral, simple, not neutral. This is not neutral. This is definitely pink. Everything about this palette is pink. But we'll do a more pink, simple look. Won't go into all of the matte shadows. Maybe we'll just use one and then a shimmer, and we'll see where that goes. So yeah. Oh, I also have one of Charlotte Tilbury's quads, which is there's a large debate going on right now whether Charlotte Tilbury is going to ever release any more quads. Nobody knows, really. But I did use the quad recently in my, what video was that? My Throwback Thursday video. I used the Pillow Talk Dreams eyeshadow quad. Wow, that was pigmented. I used that quad for my Throwback Thursday video. So if you want to see that quad in action, go check that out. All the quads are still on sale. She just hasn't released a new one in a minute. And I have all of the Pillow Talk Pop Shot eyeshadows, which I absolutely love and adore. I talked about those in my top 10 one and done eyeshadows video. Because, man, I mean, there's a super duper like flippy duochrome in that collection that's like, oh, it's called Cosmic Rocks. It's like green and blue and it's beautiful. But today we're using this palette. I'm going to go in with this really pretty, ooh, you know what? I'm going to use this one. This one right here. This on my finger. Okay, it's not super impactful. So we're just going to put that down, like right there. Yep, and then we're going to go over it with the really pretty, I hope that other pink is more pigmented than this one. I don't remember. This palette came out and was alright. You know, the formulas are good. If you like this pink color story, then by all means, you will love this. You'll use it all the time. It's just, personally, I have other pinks I like more. I prefer other pink color stories over this. It's very much, I don't know. See, I feel like Charlotte Tilbury has just lost her flavor, her pizzazz. I don't know. Did something happen? Did she sell the company and I'm just not remembering right now? Do they have someone else making the makeup? Or like, you know, signing for it or however any of that stuff works. But I just feel like she's really hasn't come out with anything super exciting like this. I think we're going to leave it with that. Should I go? Okay, maybe a little deeper. Maybe a teensy bit deeper. I'm going to go in with this one right here. This is her most recent palette launch. And then, oh, that foundation stick that isn't actually a foundation stick. And then the mascara that we're going to use in just a minute. And those are, oh, and then a whole range of perfumes that I was not interested in because I'm not a huge perfume person. Perfume person. So, like, the brand has lost its flavor. And it's sad. Yeah, see these shadows? The metallics are not as impactful as I want them to be. I want to put a Patrick Ta glitter duo on top of this to make it sparklier. But Charlotte Tilbury full face. If it wasn't, that's probably what I would do. We are going to go in with this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal Eye Cheat. This is, oh no, it needs to be sharpened. Hold please. Okay. Sharpened pencil. This is the eye cheat. This is, I use this for brightening up the under eye. And, I mean, it does an amazing job. Well, at this moment, it's my favorite one that I've ever tried. It's the creamiest. It doesn't pull or tug. And it just brightens. It just opens up the eye. I really, really enjoyed this one. This is my favorite one that I've ever tried. I've tried a couple. Not remembering any off the top of my head right now. But let's curl the lashes. And then we're going to use the Charlotte Tilbury, what is this called? Exagger Eyes Volume Mascara. Also, almost decluttered this. But wanted to do a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. Because this is like its last hurrah. We're going to see if this really deserves in my collection or if I should declutter it. This wand, it's too thick. It's too thick of a formula, really, is what the issue is. It's too thick. It doesn't make my lashes look as good as I want them to, which is interesting to me because I know people have absolutely loved this mascara, but my lashes are really thin and they point down. I have to use my eyelash curler every single time I put mascara on if I want them to stand up even a little bit. So the fact that this mascara is a super wet formula, I put it on and they fall within 5 seconds. I actually prefer the Pillow Talk mascara, but that one I had was very old and this is a newer purchase. But that one actually with the rubber wand does a better job for me and my very thin lashes that don't like to stand up. Oh, and I forgot to mention my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. I love that formula. That is such a good formula. I only have one in my collection, and it's a limited edition Sunlit Glow, but it's my favorite that I've ever tried, I guess. I could try the other ones. I'm interested in Oyster Pearl. I've just never picked it up. I have the Pop Shots, and I love them very much. Hey, maybe we should put a Pop Shot on top of this. See what happens. See how... They are already standing down. They're already going just straight out. It's too heavy of a formula for my eyelashes. And it makes me sad. But, if you have wonderful eyelashes that look gorgeous already, this could be a good formula. I know people enjoy this. It's just not for my sad little lashes. Okay. We are going to wipe the foundation off my lips and do lipstick. Oh, yes, and I wanted to use a Pop Shot. Let's see. Where is this one? Okay. So let's see if this one does a better job. This is the Pillow Top Hypnotizing Pop Shot in Pillow Talk Diamonds Diamond Dimension. This is one of the 2 that she came out with for Valentine's Day last year. I don't remember. They're such nice packaging, and they have a little mirror, and I think this is going to maybe add that kind of pizzazz that I wanted. Yes. So much more sparkle. That's what I wanted. Just that little bit more. Gorgeous. I love that. Okay, see? Beautiful. Wow. See, okay, so yeah, if you enjoy that little bit of sparkle, I love these. They are so fun. The packaging's so cute, and they just elevate the look a little bit. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, don't need to put it away. Yeah. Lips. We are going to use Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Love Trap. This is one of my 4 Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat lip liners, because before Lisa Eldridge came out with her Sculpt and Shape lip liner formula, this was my favorite. I have this in Love Trap, Pillow Talk, Iconic Nude, of course, and Savage Rose, a red, because they were my favorite. Really, really good formula, and my favorite at Sephora. Ugh, you know, I'm really disappointed with how cakey that foundation looks on my skin. It is probably much better for an oily skin person, because the longer I sit here, the more crusty it looks around my mouth and my nose. And that's really disappointing, because I want to love a Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Okay, we're going to use the shade Very Victoria today. This is one of my favorite matte lipsticks. I have a few of these too. Catwalking. I have Nude Romance. I don't know if that's a matte one. And I have a limited edition red one too. I think it's limited edition, but I decluttered my Pillow Talk because I never use it. It's too pink. Too pink. But Very Victoria. Ooh, it's like the perfect mauve. Looks really good with that eyeshadow. That's what I was hoping for. But, oh, my mascara makes me really, really sad. We're just going to try to curl it once more. See if that helps at all. Probably not. It's just going to fall again. And setting spray. I have talked your ear off about this setting spray. It is my favorite Holy Grail setting spray. It is the best for making your makeup last all day, all night. Don't wear your makeup all night. Take it off before bed. But it's so, so good. It's so good. Whew. And, I mean, wow, as I try to talk and spray my face, I think that it is really good at helping, like, powders and creams, everything mesh together. So it'll help a little bit with the cakiness that I'm experiencing from that foundation. But, yeah, it's just too thick. It's going to be better for somebody with oily skin. And I have very dry skin. And I think, you know, if I were to go out all day long, this is going to make me feel a little, what's the word? Self-conscious. So, I also don't think I have any of her lip glosses. I've decluttered those. No liquid lipsticks. Don't ever wear those. But her lipsticks and lip liners are top-notch. So, yeah, you know, and really, this did add a little bit more coverage. I'll keep using this under different foundations, but I really don't feel like I need both. Honestly, I think this does what this does a little bit better. So, might run through it faster because it's a stick, but, you know, this is getting old. So, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to try this direction instead. Oh, and yeah, so with that, it's just a very full coverage situation. Kind of creepy. Kind of, oh look, and my eyelashes fell down again. I don't recommend this. Okay. Let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite Charlotte Tilbury products? What do you think about the brand? Have they lost their flavor for you too? Their pizzazz? I think I've heard that around the watering hole. So let me know if that is how you've been feeling. I'm excited for 2025. I really hope, you know, I'm always rooting for a brand. I'm rooting for Charlotte Tilbury to come out with something that really knocks my socks off and that I'm super excited about. So yeah, there's that. I've been enjoying them for a long time. It's just kind of sad. I don't know what direction they're going in. Who knows? So 2025, here we come. All right. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. Give this video a thumbs up if you love videos like this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hello. Limited edition packaging with red flowers.
Is that all you're doing today? Because this is it.
Yes, I'm doing a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, they all have that thing, that diamond on them.
Is that what there's a C on it? Charlotte.
Yep, C-T.
Charlotte, yep. Charlotte Tilbury. Is that the girl that makes all this?
Yeah, she owns the brand.
She owns, yeah.
Charlotte Tilbury is like... What?
You're recording?
Yeah.